Welcome to Black Woman Evolved. Today is November 6th, the morning after the 2025 presidential election. And you can hear a pin drop. Today's episode is going to be dedicated, of course, and always to Black women. Today's conversation is going to be blunt and honest. And let's just get into it. I've actually even typed up a little piece of paper to keep me on track because there's so many things that I want to say. There's so many things that I want to say. And we're going to further this conversation. You guys make sure you follow the Black Woman Evolved Instagram page, which is a private page for Black women. It's private. We keeping the bots out. We're keeping men out. It's literally just for us. Follow us because we're going to be doing audio conversations on Fanbase, which is a Black owned app. Follow me. But let's get into this. Black women, we always adapt. Black people in general, we adapt. And that's what we're going to have to do here. We can't cry. We can't whine. We're never afforded that anyway. We're just going to have to adapt. Okay. We are going to have to reorganize and re-strategize how we show up in the world. The fantasy of how we want Black America to look and how we want our relationships to look with Black men in America, my honest opinion, it needs to go away. Individualism is the future. I don't know if collective thought exists in the Black community. I want to believe that it do. And if it does, it's dying. I sincerely believe that Black men have completely separated themselves from the Black collective and Black thought and grouping and community. And like I said in my last video, maybe they always have, because my grandmother talked about this. My aunts talk about this. You know, Black women have always been voiceful about how Black men are selfish, self-centered, and they do what's best for themselves. They just operate as men. That's what the world say about men in general. White, Black, doesn't matter. Men operate for self. I think that Black women thought that they had a community-like relationship with Black men because we're all Black. And there's this thing. I strongly feel like more Black men than ever in my lifetime wants to assimilate with white supremacy more than anything I ever seen. You know, and like Black men after the election are now singing a whole different song. They were very, very loud during the election, very loud. The polls show opposite. So either the men who were very loud were just trying to influence and they didn't vote, or the men who were very loud was just full of shit and they voted opposite at the polls. Because I will never forget how loud Black men were on the internet, on the news, in general. You can't gaslight me and say that they weren't loud, because even Obama had to address them in their behavior. They had to have full-blown conversations and summits, and everybody was addressing how loud Black men were. So, and like I said, we can discuss whether Black men are tired of the Democrat Party. Okay, if they're tired of the Democrat Party, why weren't they tired when it was Biden? Why weren't they tired when it was Obama? And honestly, I didn't see any of this chaos until Biden stepped down and Kamala stepped up. So nobody has been sick of the Democratic Party until she stepped up. So that excuse, I'm debunking that. And how are you tired of the Democrat Party? You're not rich. you don't even qualify. Majority of black men don't even qualify for the incentives of being a Republican. That's another story. So, like I said, the excuse of they just sick of the Democrat Party, they wasn't sick of it when it was Obama. They wasn't sick of it when it was Biden. So whatever with that. Black women, we're going to have to reorganize and re-strategize ourselves and how we show up in this world. You're just going to have to jump on being an individual and caring about yourself and being selfish and putting yourself first. But for black women, we will never really do that because we are women. We are the most nurturing women on earth. I honestly believe that. I don't think black women know how to be selfish. We deeply care for our community. We deeply care for our children, and we deeply care for our men. Black women are going to have to put themselves first. And that means if you're in poverty, don't have no kids. This is my personal opinion. And it's up for debate. I'm going to just be blunt. If you are a black woman in poverty, do not have any children. Work your way, get yourself, marry your way out, whatever you got to do to get out of that situation before you even think about kids. With the agenda that Trump has, abortion is not possibly, depending on your state, it will not be available to you. We don't know what it's going to look like tomorrow for the woman's body and the decisions that she will be able to make for herself. And having children that you cannot provide for and being in society with men who are allowed to move however they want to move, it's not safe for a woman. So that decision will be 100% on you. But me being the black big sister, I am telling you, if you are in poverty, do not have children. As of right now, it's never been a good thing. Like I said, we have to re-strategize and reorganize how we show up. We're going to have to rethink how we look at marriage and how we look at building families. I believe that black women are very emotional, and we date and marry men in hopes of building with them. In this day and time, we can't afford to do that anymore. I'm anti-build a man. I'm anti-build with a man. You could date. You do not. 2024 going into 2025 has been very eye-opening. And I just think that individualism is going to be the way. I think that's the wave that a lot of people are on. And I think there's very manipulative people out there who will tell you not to be an individual while they're practicing individualism. And I think that's a man's sport. I think men practice individualism while telling women to be family and community oriented so they can have the best of both worlds. I care about black women's mental health. This world and the way the structure of America, it is a brand new day. So in this new construction of America, we have to reconstruct ourselves and how we show up. Black women in business, look into them tax laws. Organize your money. Because the stats are still the stat on our men. The stats are still the stats on us. We are the fastest growing. We are the most race loyal. And if we do not protect ourselves, it will get worse if we sit here and wait on our counterparts to catch up. If we sit here and continue to be used by our counterparts. Black men need to speak to black men and organize black men. Black women need to organize and speak to Black women. And that is something I'm very passionate about. And I think that's something we've been needing for a long time. What happened needed to happen. That is why this channel is called Black Woman Evolved, because she will. The Black woman has evolved. And we have to keep evolving because Black men have already decided what they're going to do. If they're not promoting divesting, if they're not promoting passports, if they're not white assimilation, if they're not promoting one thing that the majority of Black men are not promoting is community, Blackness, and Black relationships in Black households. They only promote it if the woman complies. If the woman has her own mind, her own ideology, her own ideas, want to be an independent woman in a relationship or want to be a working woman or anything of that sort, they literally don't want anything to do with that conversation. In order to be an evolved Black woman, it will be hard for you to find a Black man that is okay with that by majority and minority. Individualism is the future. That's where we are. Black men are going to do what's best for Black men individually, not the collective of Black men. Because I sincerely believe that the Black men who voted for Trump didn't care about the majority of Black men, because the majority of Black men do not meet the requirements or what it means to be Republican. They need health insurance. They need they need a lot of government assistance. They need help getting into school. They need so much help that the Democratic Party offers them. And those men didn't care about the majority of Black men. Police immunity for a majority of Black men is detrimental. So Black men can't even get on one accord with each other. Individualism is the future. They only care about themselves individually and what is best for them. Black women need to do the same thing. Black men are assimilating with white America and white supremacy more and more every day. We're watching it unfold. Black women are not built like that. Black women are calling out white women as we speak. Like I said in my last video, white women are not Black women allies, and they proved it in this election. The white women that told us they were going to vote for Kamala went to those polls and did the opposite. White women cannot survive without white supremacy. Dating out does not benefit them as much as it does other people dating out. You know, when Black people date out, the closer they get to white supremacy, the closer they get to the benefits of white America. When white women date out, that's dating down for them. That's dating away from white supremacy. White women really cannot survive without it. Now, there's a generation of white women who don't want to be suppressed by patriarchy, but they didn't say that they don't like white supremacy. That's the catch with white feminists. I said I don't want to be suppressed by patriarchy. I didn't say I didn't like white supremacy. I like white supremacy, but I don't want my man telling me what to do and where to go. Black women are very delicate when it comes to talking about the Black community. We birth this community. We nurture this community. We hold on tight to this community. These are our children. These are our nephews, our nieces, our dads, our sons, our uncles. And the decision that we're going to have to make to be selfish and hold Black children close and other Black women close and do what's best for them and allow Black adult grown men to figure it out is going to be hard for a lot of Black women. But if you don't, it's going to continue to be our detriment. Black women have to allow grown adult Black men to decide who they're going to be and what they're going to do and allow them to be. This does not mean you can't love them. This does not mean you cannot be in community with them. It's just that you have to accept the fact that they may do what's best for them individually. And that may not include you. So you have to put you first. You have to put your body first. When you're out there dating other men, I need you to think about your life and the investment of time, money, your body that you're making. We cannot afford to put our trust in men moving forward. No, you can't afford to do that. Not for your mental health. Not if you want to be happy in the end. Black men have been getting on these podcasts and getting on these things and telling you, choose better. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. You picked them. You picked them. You picked them. How long you going to continue to pick them? How long you going to continue to allow your body to be used and your time to be wasted just for someone to tell you at the end of the day, it's your fault. You ignored the red flags. You picked this life. So if the core of all of that is Black women taking accountability for their lives, then that's exactly what you need to do. That's putting your mind, your body, and your finances first. If all three of those things are not looking to be guaranteed to be taken care of, I don't think you should proceed with that relationship, and damn sure not no pregnancy. This is not the end. This is actually the beginning. I believe that all of this is nothing but a charge up for women, especially Black women. Like I said, the mask has fallen off a lot of people, white women, Black men, and even some women in the sisterhood. This is revelations. Everything is revealing. And I'm excited for this. There is a change that's about to happen. And like we always do, we will adapt and we will evolve. So thank you for listening to this episode. I hope that we can see the positives in this. There's a new day for the Black woman. A day that our grandmothers, our aunties, our ancestors has told us was going to come. They've been telling you. You remember those you remember those conversations with your grandmother about the state of Black men. You remember those conversations with your grandmother about Blackness. We're here. And it's time to evolve. And Black women will do that. I love you guys. This was just a short episode to tell you that this election don't mean nothing. We got this. We got this. And we got this. And just like we know how to make some good soul food, just like we know how to go in that refrigerator and make something out of nothing, that's exactly what we're going to do in 2025. You got this. I got this. We got this. This is another episode of Black Woman Evolved. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you follow the Instagram page. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you got this message today, comment received. I want to see you. I want to hear you. I want to know that you were here. Comment received. Let me know what y'all think. All opinions are definitely open at all times. This is just my opinionated response to the election. I may have to do a part 2 to this. Like I said, it's a very overwhelming conversation. There's so much I want to say. But until next time, Black women, I love you and see you next time.